putting documents together in Photopea is a little different than Photoshop. So you can't just drag something in like you can in Photoshop. So for instance, if I have this image here and I want to bring the whole thing in, you cannot just take the move tool in and grab it. You have to grab the layer. So come to your layers panel, point to the gray space, click and drag, and drop on the tab of the document that you want that into, and then switch back to your move tool to position it. You can also make a selection. So let's say I made a selection and I wanted to pull that in regular Photoshop. You could take your move tool and drag it. You can't do that in here. You also cannot take the layer with a selection. You do have to commit that selection to its own layer. So you can just do that by adding a layer mask down at the bottom. Now once you've got it the right way, grab a hold of that layer and you can drag it and drop it. You can also, if you don't want to go that way with it, you can just use the standard copy paste. So while you have this selection, be sure you're on the right layer and go to edit copy, go to your other document and edit paste. Now, if you don't need to do anything fancy to it, and if I was going to do a circle, I probably would just bring the whole image in anyway. You could just go ahead and insert that straight onto the page using File, Open, and Place. In Photoshop, it's File, Place, Embedded. I like this method because it actually leaves the names intact. So if you're adding in this picture here, it puts it on here, and it keeps the name of the image, family. Now, we'll bring it in as a smart object. So if you don't know what those are, smart objects have kind of their own little special things. Like, for instance, they're not rasterized. You can't erase on them without rasterizing them. But I like smart objects, and you can do lots of different things non-destructively with a smart object. So there's kind of 4 different ways to put things together in Photopea.